Hi, I'm Sean Puz.
And I'm Tom Lang, and this is Open Throttle 360.
Open Throttle 360 presented by Millerstown Pick Apart. Used parts for less. Great parts, great selection. For more information, visit pickapartyard.com.
Welcome to another episode of Open Throttle 360. We're at Metal Shop Designs. Joining me now is my co-host for tonight, Sean Puz. Sean, thanks for taking part in the show.
Thanks for having me, always a pleasure.
I'm looking around the shop and I see plenty of really neat things you're working on here. You've been involved in cars your whole life.
Yes, I have. My father was into racing and cars, and it continued from there. It still grows.
Well, in addition to your father racing, you've done some dirt racing yourself.
Yes, I have. I started racing locally, dirt racing, ended up building my own first car, and we had a lot of fun with that.
It's a pretty cool sport.
Yes, it is.
We're standing in front of your father's 1969 Camaro. A couple of weeks ago, we were at the Pittsburgh International Auto Show. Saw all the new models out of Detroit, the foreign manufacturers. If you didn't get a chance to go to the International Auto Show, we're going to give you just a little taste of what you might have missed.
This past February, the David Lawrence Convention Center hosted the annual Pittsburgh International Auto Show, an event that brought auto enthusiasts of all types together for 4 days of happenings and horsepower. The long list of activities for the family included racing simulators, classic, custom, and concept car displays, the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix exhibit, miniature NASCAR racetrack, photo ops with celebrities including Steely McBeam and the Pirate Parrot, not to mention the exhibits from more than 35 manufacturers all under one roof. Open Throttle 360 had a chance to speak with John Puzier, the CEO of the Greater Pittsburgh Auto Dealers Association, the people who put the show together every year.
We have over 35 brands, about 600 plus vehicles. There literally is everything you could buy, unless you're looking at something really unusual like a Bugatti or, you know, the one-of-a-kind kind of cars. But generally, if you're looking for a vehicle, this is the place to do it. It's carpeted. We're the only exhibit that carpets the entire convention center. This is a manufacturer's show, not a dealer's show. So we've got product specialists at every exhibit to talk about the vehicles and answer questions, but they're not selling you a car. So it's a low-pressure environment. We do exit surveys of the people who have been here, just ask them if they were buying a vehicle and when, and did the show influence their buying decision. And it's interesting how many people think they want a certain vehicle and they come to the show and they change their mind. So it really is a good way for them to do some comparison shopping and pricing. We do see traffic at the stores after the auto show that does spike. Technology is really kind of the centerpiece right now because it is changing so rapidly. 3 years ago, if you bought a car, I won't say it's obsolete, but you'll say, wow, I like this new feature they just came out with, and it's just exponentially increasing on the technology, both the active and the passive features. And we're getting so much better fuel mileage out of internal combustion engines that some of the hybrids and the EVs aren't as compelling right now because of the entry price to get them, but generally speaking, the good old gas-powered engine is doing very well. The training required now to sell a vehicle, you have to really know your stuff. One of the biggest downsides, there's good news and bad news with all this new technology, but anything that requires the owner and the driver's interaction to operate it creates challenges and frustrations many times.
And unfortunately, I can't figure out how to get out of this car.
On delivery of the new vehicle, if that dealership doesn't do a good job of educating the consumer on how to operate that vehicle, they'll get low customer satisfaction scores because the customer gets home and thinks it doesn't work, it's too complicated when they just weren't taught how to use it. You know, we suggest that dealerships have the customer come back a week or two after they've bought the car and get reoriented to it because you don't know what you don't know. You know, until you've been frustrated with it, you don't know what to ask. And in the delivery day, you just want to get it home and shine it up and show it off. So you're not listening to the orientation. So it's kind of it's a catch-22. You really need to almost have them come back after they've already gotten frustrated. We've really ramped up the last couple of years on making this more than just a car show. We want it to be a family event. A lot of kids if you look around here. So we've got a NASCAR simulator, we've got the SimZilla simulator from Ford, which is really cool. We've got Hank, the interactive robot, and every hour on the hour, he comes to life, and he literally can see you and talk to you and respond to you real time. Because of our sponsors, we've been able to do a lot more lately with Erie Insurance and the Rivers Casino. They are our big sponsors in the last couple of years. So we really try to make it interactive and fun and cheap. I mean, you can park at the Rivers Casino for free, you get a free shuttle bus, we've got half price Monday, you've got discount coupons from Subway, from Groupon. So we really try to make it an easy place for the family to go. We're becoming a premier show. You know, there are different levels of auto shows. We will never compete with Detroit, LA, New York. We're not that big a market. But we're getting exhibits that we never used to get before because our attendance is going up and up and up.
The large crowds at the 2013 Auto Show proved once again that the Pittsburgh market is fertile for auto manufacturers and auto enthusiasts alike, and that the industry continues to deliver quality products to an eager audience. The best tires, parts, and service. Tire Town.
You know it, we know it, they know it. So you just got your license and want a new ride, but nobody will help you? Well, nobody will help you. At Pinnacle, we love new drivers, and we got your back like nobody's business. Who's putting money back in your wallet? Nobody. Who's got the area's largest selection of pre-owned vehicles? Nobody. Pinnacle Auto Sales, Route 30 in Jeanette, Route 30 Greensburg, or pinnacleautosales.com.
Welcome back. Sean, I looked around the shop here, the S10 with the dirt late model suspension under it, the 36 Chevy that you're building into a rat rod, but cars and trucks aren't all you're about here.
No, that's correct. General contractors and private people come to me for custom metal work that they want done, and I try to give them what they're looking for.
And some of it gets really artistic. What's this piece we're looking at right here?
This is actually a frame for a mirror that has to go to Florida. A gentleman saw a picture, and that's what he liked.
This technique here, is this some kind of secret?
I wish it was. It takes a lot of practice and time. I use different grits of sandpaper and grinding to make this look three-dimensional and a little bit of shadowing. So it's one actual piece, but I try to make it look like several pieces.
Now you mentioned the clients in Florida. How does a person in Florida find you?
This particular gentleman got a hold of me from metalshopdesigns.com. I have plenty of pictures of all the various things that I do. He saw the picture on the website and contacted me.
Now the creative process in something like this, how's that work? Does the customer have the idea, you have the idea?
A little bit of both. They'll approach me with an idea, and then I'll work with them directly, do different designs, and we'll get something that they're happy with, and then that's what I'll start fabricating for them.
Have any of your jobs been more challenging than another?
Yeah, a lot of them. One in particular was an all total stainless steel staircase, curved, totally handmade. It almost killed me, but it was well worth it. It come out fantastic.
So you work with all kind of metals?
Yes, stainless steel, copper, and a lot of aluminum I do.
Well, you're very creative in your work with metals, and so are the new car manufacturers these days. Let's go back to the auto show and take a look at some of the creations from the manufacturers. We're at the Pittsburgh International Auto Show. With me now is Jordan Herbert from Cochran Infiniti in Monroeville. Tell us about some of these fine Infiniti models you got here.
Right here we have our G37 Coupe. Right next to it we have the G37 Convertible. And the star of the show right now would be that FX50 over there.
So the FX50, that's an SUV?
That is an SUV. It's a crossover.
Heavy emphasis on the sport part of the SUV?
Oh yeah, heavy emphasis on the sport, really exhilarating drive.
What kind of horsepower are we talking?
You're looking around 420 horses.
In an SUV, 400 horsepower.
SUV.
This G37 Coupe, does that come in the all-wheel drive version?
It's an all-wheel drive. Now what's interesting, Tom, it's Infiniti's intelligent all-wheel drive system. Okay, so 99% of the time, this is going to be a rear-wheel drive vehicle, and if it needs the power up front, it'll send the power where it needs to go, but you never have to press a button and you would never know the difference.
What kind of horsepower are we talking in the G37s?
About 328 horsepower on it. Definitely very heavy.
Especially with the top down, wind blowing through the hair?
Absolutely. It's an exhilarating drive, Tom.
Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. Definitely want to get a chance to take a ride in one of these G37s.
Oh yeah.
Let the wind blow through the hair.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Jordan. We're at the Pittsburgh International Auto Show. Well, a lot of you folks, you have to rent a car. Well, generally when you rent a car, you might just get an economy model or your basic sedan. Well, Hertz has a program, kind of picking up from where they were back in the 60s. You can rent a true performance car. Joining me now is Ryan with Hertz Rent-A-Car. Ryan, a lot of automotive enthusiasts remember back in the 60s when Hertz used to rent Shelby GTH. And you have a program similar to that now. Tell us a little bit about it.
Thank you, Tom, for having me. The program that we have with Hertz Rent-A-Car is called the Adrenaline Series Collection. And normally when you rent a vehicle, it's for insurance replacement or just for like business use. But with this Adrenaline Collection, it's more for fun. It's more to get out there and drive and enjoy the car and see what these cars can actually do.
So back in the day, it was just the Shelby, but you've got them from all the manufacturers now.
Right, and I'm glad you brought up the Shelby because back in 1966, they introduced the Shelby GTH. They made 1,000 specialty Hertz production vehicles that we could rent it. And then back in 2006, they reintroduced the Shelby GT with a new body style, and it was such a great hit that they decided to expand more with the Chevy Camaros, Dodge Challengers. So.
Now, you said you have cars from all the different manufacturers. Are they all on location available?
Yes, they are. With Hertz, we share our fleet basically. So, for example, if you're in Pittsburgh and you're looking for a really nice car, we can actually get that car to you that day.
Now, do you have people that rent these just to have something fast to drive for a weekend?
Absolutely. We get everybody that rents these. We have a business customer who actually prefers these. You also get the spirited personal guys, you know, who have a longing for the muscle cars, and they don't typically have maybe the funds or, you know, whatever situation may be to, you know, have that on demand. But with Hertz, you know, you can rent the vehicle for a short amount of time and they really enjoy it.
Now, when these cars come back, are they generally in as good a condition as you gave them out?
That's a great question. A lot of thing that we get is, you know, is the tread on the tires going to be okay when I bring it back? We understand, listen, you're here to rent the vehicle to have fun with it. We understand that. But also with that responsibility, we ask you to drive responsible as well. So have fun, do as much as you can with the vehicle, get as much out of it as you can, but, you know, be safe.
Do you get a lot of people looking for these kind of cars?
I get calls almost every week asking asking, you know, about the Adrenaline series, you know, what goes entailed with it, what kind of cars. But yeah, it's a very popular demand.
Well, it sounds like a neat program. Next time I need to rent a car, I'm going to get me a fast one.
Great.
Thanks for talking with us
Thank
today,
you, Tom.
Ryan.
Pleasure.
Decided to stop by, visit the folks from the Swickley Car Store. With me now is Quint White.
When you think of Porsche, you think of the 911. That's the car everybody associates Porsche with. The cars are available in two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. The four-wheel drive in these cars isn't like what you would think like for the snow. It's actually improves on the handling characteristics of the cars. This car has 400 horsepower. The turbos are up to about 500 horsepower. It's fast, faster, and then insanely fast, you know. So.
Oh, that's how we rate.
That's how we rate Porsches, and that's with every Porsche. You get fast, faster, and then insanely fast.
From complete restoration to custom paint to custom fabrication to resto mod, Bruce Harvey Pro Comp Custom offers a variety of services for cars, trucks, SUVs, and motorcycles. For more than 2 decades, Pro Comp's award-winning work has blown away customers all over the globe. Whether it's hot rod, muscle, vintage, or classic, Pro Comp will work with you to design a look that'll turn heads. Visit Bruce Harvey Pro Comp Custom at procompcustom.com.
Sounds every man loves to hear.
Ooh, nice hair.
Text Super PGH to 667-788 for special offers from Supercuts.
Sean, we're sitting in a high-performance creation of your own, a Chevy S10 with a full dirt late model suspension under it. Think next time you need to rent a car, you're going to go for one of those high-performance models?
I sure would. It'd make the job go a lot more exciting.
Well, there's a name in this area that's synonymous with high performance and winning in racing, and that's Bobby Rahal. When we were at the Pittsburgh International Auto Show, we had a chance to talk to a member of Team Rahal. Could not help but stop by the Mercedes-Benz display. With me now is John Murphy from Bobby Rahal Automotive Group. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Oh, you bet. It's an exciting time, especially for Mercedes-Benz. As you know, we built the first automobile over 125 years ago. 2013, 2014, there's a lot of exciting things happening at Mercedes-Benz.
Looking at all the models you have on display here, 2 of them that caught my eye, the SL550 Roadster.
Absolutely.
And the CLS AMG model you have here. Tell us a little bit about the Roadster.
Well, I'll tell you, the SL550, as you know, it's our 5th generation, and this year is probably every year you think, when they started with the Gullwing, we were really excited. That was one of the most legendary cars in the world. This year, when they redesigned it, we have a lot of new models. It's an all aluminum body, so for the car guys that are in the car industry, love the fact that it's all aluminum. And then with technology changing the automobile industry over the last 125 years, people don't know this, that we built the first automobile. The last 125 years, Mercedes-Benz has 2 patents every single day for the last 125 years at the patent office. So really, we offer safety, technology, performance, and the SL really is advanced over all of its competition. You can actually get Yelp, Facebook, Google Notes, Google Maps right in the car, and again, you have a car that performs unlike any other in the industry. And then the CLS63 AMG is really just a spectacular car. And if you buy an AMG car from any Mercedes dealer in the United States, as part of the program of you buying an AMG product, Mercedes-Benz will actually bring you to any of the racetracks across the country for free. You get 1 day for free to come to a track with professional race car drivers and drive a car just like the CLS63 AMG. That car is actually hand assembled. And what's unique about the CLS63 is it really is a hand-built engine. It has 550 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. Ceramic brakes. You get a lot of performance, safety, braking, and technology in the CLS63. And really, it's a state-of-the-art car. It really is a race car in the street.
may think of the Cadillac as a luxury car, but they're definitely in the performance car business. This is the CTS-V Coupe, but they've put out a performance line, the V Series. This particular car has a 500 horsepower supercharged V8 under the hood. Unlike a lot of luxury cars, this one has a manual transmission. We've got a 6-speed and a clutch. And unfortunately, I can't figure out how to get out of this car. Oh, now there's the ultimate in luxury. Not a lever, but you got a little button here that allows you to open the door. I definitely think if I'm going to get myself a Cadillac, I've got to look at the CTS-V. Sean, what are we looking at here?
This is actually a hand crank dump mechanism for when this truck was new back in '36.
So in '36, this was state-of-the-art. You've had a chance to work on something that's truly state-of-the-art, Carnegie Mellon University's autonomous vehicle.
Yes, that's correct. I felt fortunate to be able to fabricate on the vehicle like that for them.
One of the most creative minds in automotive history is Henry Ford. When we were at the auto show, we had a chance to look at one of his greatest creations. We're at the Pittsburgh International Auto Show. We've got something here, it's far from being new, although it looks that way, it's very historic. With me now is John Bechtel. He's going to tell us just a little bit about this. John, this is a for-real GT40.
This is a for-real GT40, and it's one of the very few that were open-topped. Not many people know that a number of GT40s were actually built this way. The open-top car is a little unusual.
Big engine back there, I believe they call this exhaust system the snake nest headers.
A bundle of snakes.
Bundle of snakes,
that's right. 4 double throat Webers, 1 throat per cylinder, a lot of gas goes through that.
This is the original kind of upholstery that they had in these cars?
They did. This kind of fireproof fabric with all these grommets, absolutely the way they did it.
Well, these cars were designed because the Ford people wanted to be able to win Le Mans.
That's right. In fact, for a while, Henry Ford wanted to buy Ferrari, and Enzo led him along, and then shut the door on him. And Henry Ford says, I'm going to beat him to his own game. Ferrari had been winning Le Mans in the 60s for a long time. They went out and did the GT40, and in a couple years, Henry Ford brought it home. It was a matter of ego, and money be darned.
Is there any way to put a value on a car like this?
Sure.
Other than what somebody's willing to pay for?
No, all you have to do is start with 1 or 2 digits and add 6 zeros. That's an easy thing to do.
Does this car ever see a racetrack?
I don't believe he races this car. It's not a trailer queen by any stretch of the imagination. He still runs it, but he doesn't risk putting on the track. There's a lot of cheaper ways to get the kicks.
I'm getting a kick out of just standing here looking at it. When the American ingenuity comes to the forefront, they usually come out a winner, and that's what Ford did with this car.
Absolutely. They threw a little money at it and beat Ferrari at his own game. Henry was very happy about that.
Yeah, I'll bet he was.
He was.
Especially because he got to beat Ferrari.
Exactly.
Glenn Busch Ford is your one-stop shop for service and savings. Get ready for spring with the Works Fuel Saver Package, including oil change, tire rotation, brake and multi-point inspections, and more for just $29.95 after mail-in rebate. And save up to $130 on 4 select name brand tires with mail-in rebates and your Glenn Busch Ford service credit card. Offers good until March 31st only at Glenn Busch Ford on the Hill in Apollo.
At Tire Town, only the finest service will Tire Town.
Statistics show that a lack of sideways control or lateral grip is the cause of most winter accidents. Tire Town will make sure you have the right kind of tire to bite into the snow and grip the ice, reducing your chances of ending up somewhere you don't want to be. Don't take chances this winter. Visit Tire Town today, North Atherton Street, State College.
Tire Town, quality customer service for you.
If you want to be part of Open Throttle 360, send us your GoPro footage to OpenThrottle360.com. Let's go pro now.
Well, it looks like it's time to put the wraps on another episode of Open Throttle 360. What do you think of your first time being a co-host?
I think it was a very exciting experience. I really liked it. I feel lucky to have you guys give me the opportunity.
Well, we'd like to thank you for having us here at Metal Shop Designs, and hopefully we'll be back in the future.
Sure, anytime.
You know, the racing season is really starting to get cranked up. Some of our local racers have been racing down in Florida. Danny Holtgraver brought home a win in the sprints. Some of our drag racing friends were racing down in Florida. And locally, things are about to start getting cranked up. I know the Rush Racing Series is ready to start their season.
Yeah, crate racing is very good. The Rush program is going to be fantastic. I was a part of crate racing. It's a great program, and I really had fun doing it.
It helps keep the costs down for the local racers. Well, if any of the viewers would like us to cover any of their local events, or you have any suggestions or comments on the show, go to info@OpenThrottle360.com.
And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
See you next time here on Open Throttle 360.